This is how to make luminous ink readers. This would detect luminous ink markings on playing cards. You're going to have 2 red films. Your view should be a light red. Now, if you have sunglasses that are already darkened, what's going to happen is it's going to be too dark and you're not going to be able to see anything. So you have to get clear lenses. I already popped the lens out of the glasses. Here's the 2 lenses. So the first step, now you have 2 sides of plastic coating of protection now. So what you're going to want to do, okay, there we go. Sticky side. Now, 2 options here. You can put it on the outside or inside. You put it on the outside, then if it gets scratched, you're screwed. On the inside, it's way less likely you're going to get anybody to scratch it or anything. When you put your glasses down, normally put them like this, well, it scratches. So I put it on the inside, clean it. I'm using a blanket, cloth, so there's nothing hanging in there. Inspect it, make sure there's nothing, no hair. I think there's a piece of hair, so let me redo this part. There, clean. Okay, inspect the luminous ink, make sure there's nothing on there, no hair, nothing. Stick it on there. Now start from the side and push down. You don't want any air bubbles, so push down. I see an air bubble, see that? Air bubble. So redo that part. Push down. Now you see this little marking right there? See if I can see it in the camera here. It's like right here. But when you take the other side of the plastic off, you're not going to see that. You just got to make sure there's no air bubbles. That's your main thing here. Push, push, push. Alright, now take the other side. Now again, this side's not sticky. So, you got the sticky side, you got the non-sticky side. It's on the lens right now. I'm just still working on these air bubbles. Make sure it's completely clean. Your view should look like this. Now that it's on, go ahead and use small scissors and cut the edges as close as you can to the lens. But this is just the first cut, so it doesn't have to be perfect. You can discard the leftover stuff. Alright. Now there's clearly hanging off there, right there. There's clearly a good amount hanging off. So your job is to get closer. The smaller the scissors, the better. you're going to get little tiny pieces stuck in the scissors. You want to remove them right away, because if you don't and you're cutting, they can get under the red film and the lens, and it's going to bubble out, and then it's going to look funny, and then the sticky substance is going to fail. So keep cutting, just working at it slowly, because you don't want to mess up. When you buy the kit, it's going to come with enough to make 3 or 4 pairs of glasses, which means you're going to have plenty of trial and error. If you mess up, you have a whole nother one. The less you mess up, the more luminous ink glasses you can make. Again, you can buy the kit at howtomarkcards.com, which is the website I made for it, which is doing very well. Again, you don't want any edges. Cut all the edges. Once you know for sure you don't see any edges, go ahead and test it out. Put it in the frame. And if you see any kind of bubbling out, then you know there's still a good amount hanging over. But now what I did was I cut as close as possible. Again, keep pushing down. Keep pushing down, keep pushing down. You don't want any air bubbles. When you're cutting, you might form an air bubble. And then clean it. You can clean it as many times as you want. And the more the better, so you know what you're doing, so you can see the air bubbles if there is any. I have a few in there. I want to test it first though before I take those air bubbles out. So when you put them in the frame, mine's on the inside, so I'm putting it like this, so that when it hits the frame, it's going against the film and the lens, so that it's not going to peel off like you're going the other side. So you don't want to go that way, you want to go this way. So once it's on, I can already see some air bubbles popping from just trying to put it on. So this is the first trial. You can do it as many times as you want, but make sure you don't cut too much. Cut too much, you're screwed. You got to redo it with a new film. Okay, now, so far I did not mess up. I didn't cut too much anywhere, because you would see a clear amount. So far it's okay, but do you see this air bubble right up on the top? I gotta get a little closer to remove that. Everything else looks good though. It's only the top now. So I'm gonna pop it out. That's what I got. That little piece is stopping it from working here. Got a little bit left up here. I can see it now. Just cutting away. This little fine piece right there. This edge has a tiny little piece hanging out there. Cut that. See a little bit right there. Alright, this is going to be round 2 now. So far it looks good. Take these air bubbles out real fast. I'm going to peel it back to release the air bubbles and then try it again. There we go. No air bubbles. One thing you don't want, because it'll just get bigger and bigger. Alright, now we're going to try this again. We are almost there. Notice how it's pretty much complete here. Actually, it might be done. Let's see. I got one tiny little piece corner right there. A little bit of air bubble. Can't see, I don't know if you can see that or not. Let me try to get a good view. Let's see. Yeah, right there. That light is the air bubble. Inside looks good. You can even use the scissors. Push down the side. Alright, let's get rid of this corner here. Try it again. This is the third trial and error. Usually it takes around an average of 3 to 5. But you don't want to cut too much. You cut too much and it's over. Alright. And this is how you make the luminous ink glasses. Remember, howtomarkcards.com. Get your pair now. We also sell the kits to actually make the marked cards. Our kits make about 20 decks of cards for one kit. So you can have 20 decks of cards and up to 3 or 4 glasses. Relatively cheap. Get your pair. And that's how you make them.